This to me was more of a like, hey man, we're normal people like you guys are.
I'm not up. I'm drunk. And then when I'm done with that, I put Vaseline actually around the edges. Just ordered somebody.
I hate hearing Craig say Vaseline.
All right, everybody, welcome to today's episode. We're gonna cut this one short because I just don't even want to
already.
fucking talk to this guy. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is episode number 117, and we're here with White Ben, aka Ben Pancarry, aka Ben Pancherry, aka Bad Company Outdoors.
I've been called a lot of things.
I don't know if there's any more AKAs.
That's a lot of AKAs.
I can tell you if I've been called a lot of things.
I believe that. That's almost as many AKAs as like an Italian gangster.
Is it one of those where I've been called worse by better people?
Oh,
absolutely.
guaranteed, yeah.
I doubt it.
And the Italian gangster part, I mean, I am Italian.
Oh, that's where Pancherry is from?
Correct.
What part of Italy?
Well, all of it.
That's
Whoa.
not an answer.
The whole boot.
That's not an answer.
All of it. We have a castle.
Well, where is your family from?
That's my
that's
mom's
what I
job.
thought. That's what I thought. Okay.
Where's your castle at?
In Italy.
Where's your family from?
Scotland,
A boot.
New Zealand,
Canada.
Yeah.
and Canada. Yeah,
Canada.
more recently from Canada,
Yep. So where at in Canada?
Alberta.
We're at in Scotland.
The Edinburgh.
He just made that shit up.
No, it's cool.
No, his eyes went side. He
being
looked to
serious.
the left, which is
Edinburgh.
like
Edinburgh. There's a my family traces back to the Mackenzie clan. There was a
Do you know
Scottish,
Conor
there was a
McGregor?
Scottish
Of course,
prince
clan.
in our.
Yes.
Conor McGregor's Irish.
He's
yeah.
related to
oh,
Connor.
that's not Scottish.
Not the same
All
place.
right. Can you spell clan?
Yes, it is with a C.
Okay.
It is with a C. Yes.
Well, and I'm-
Yeah.
No, being that my name is White Ben, we can't spell clan with a K. That doesn't work.
Jesus said sit up.
If you could sit up, please.
All he's got to do is like.
He was afraid to.
No, I didn't want to interrupt.
He was like, hey, like, don't.
I didn't want to interrupt your
That's
your
fine.
story.
You just,
I'm sorry.
I'm sure we'll get back to the conversation.
How come
was getting
Jesus doesn't get
interesting.
to be on camera?
Because John's not here.
Stupid John.
I know.
Yeah, John runs the,
I know.
this
So
difficult
tell us
job.
more about John. What do you think about John?
John?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a cute kid.
John is awesome.
You like him, huh?
Adorable. I would say
You
adorable.
kid.
John never has anything serious to say until I asked him questions about like
Vaping?
video editing
Oh,
and.
okay.
Well, he gave you all the wrong.
Vaping.
I'm serious.
I thought you were going to say
I
cars.
didn't think about that. I guess I could ask him all my vaping questions that I've always had. You know,
As a
building up
matter
over
of
time.
fact.
Yeah.
But
You
no,
should.
when I like, he never has anything serious to say, and we never really had a good conversation until I asked him about like videoing and videography and editing and all kinds of stuff, and he was like a book of knowledge that he just spewed.
Hey, John knows a lot now.
Yeah,
He does know a
he
lot
actually
more.
he credited most of it to Jesus.
Oh,
It's like,
not even
Oh,
Edgar?
no.
That's
oh,
fucked
someone's
up.
live. No,
Sorry.
Oh, shit, that's
Damn.
funny.
He's just still laughing.
No,
Yeah,
Scar's
so-
showed him more than I have.
So
video-wise.
John, the only thing I've ever seen John be excited about is vaping. Hondas.
And getting new vapes to match his Honda.
Yeah. Not even really video. Like vaping and Hondas. That's pretty much it.
He's not into like
Nothing.
Pokemon.
He
right?
just that's
Pokemon.
He just doesn't care about things. Like nothing excites him. Even when he got engaged to his
Wife?
now wife, he didn't sound well. I don't know about when he actually got engaged, but when he was talking about getting engaged,
he probably just doesn't
we
show
were
it
more
to you.
excited about it than he was. We were driving
Right.
to fucking Jackson. You were there.
No, yeah.
And we had to talk him into being excited about it.
He didn't show emotion, but the other day I was over at his apartment and just like how excited he was about his whole like office area and stuff like that. So I don't think he just
Okay.
doesn't show you.
So it is more than
Yeah,
Hondas and
yeah,
vapes.
Yeah,
he's very monotone.
yeah. That's
So he
true.
doesn't. I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
He
that's
is.
the thing is he like doesn't get.
Yeah, which is fine. But it's just you just don't see him get excited about things.
See, I actually got like a rise in tone when I asked him about the videography, the editing, and he was like, "Well," and that was like, that's the most excited I've ever heard him get.
Yeah, you guys talked about that for a minute out there.
Yeah, at the end of the thing.
Yeah, all that time you spent
And-
not shooting doves.
Consequently, I mean, I had had some tequila at that point.
Yeah.
So I was all about conversation, and I don't know what John had.
Oh, I thought you were talking in the morning.
No.
Because
This was
we had a
after
lot
the
of time to
barbecue.
talk about stuff in the morning.
This was after family time, Craig.
Yeah. I think you're missing the point of what I'm trying to say here.
I totally am.
He's an alcoholic.
No, we didn't have anything to do in the morning.
Oh.
And so we could just hang out and talk instead. Because
Yeah.
yeah, there were not a lot of doves around, and that was
There was
what we
a
were
little
there
bit of
for.
downtime.
I saw a lot of misses.
Look,
There were a lot of hours with no doves.
there was a lot of walking,
Yeah,
which, like, there's a reason they call it hunting and not just kill. Like, if you could just stand anywhere and kill doves, then they'd call it dove killing, right?
Well, I mean, if you go to the right place, that's exactly what it's like.
Well, I mean, we were in the right place once, and then we
Yeah,
left, and we went
yeah.
to check another place, and then we came back to the right place, and we shot a bunch of doves.
We shot a few.
Yeah, it was fun.
I ate on I ate on those for like 3 days after that.
Oh yeah.
The jalapeno poppers.
Oh, right on.
They're so good.
Yeah,
Those
were
were good.
really good.
My kids fight over them.
Do they?
I can see that.
They'd eat them all if I
Seems like your kids will fight over anything.
So my boys, as of last night, this is a good story. The younger one officially punched the older one square in the schnoz as of last night.
Yeah?
And I watched the whole thing. So,
Was
because they
it-
don't ever get along.
Was it deserved? Like, was it justified?
It was, you're not supposed to be, I don't want you on my bed, because they stay in the same bedroom.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't want you on my bed. And then apparently Reagan accidentally, like, threw the sheets
Punched
up
him?
and hit him
Oh.
in the face. So Parker turned around and boom.
Damn.
Well,
And Reagan proceeded to chase him out of the bedroom, and then when he got about bedroom door, like two-handed football push into the wall. I think Parker stopped himself with his face.
oh,
So
brothers.
that's where we're at.
Oh yeah, one good punch in though.
One good one, solid
good.
one. It looked
That's
like
good.
a straight, like a real straight, left
jab.
Like a good
left jab.
Okay, nice.
Did you ever get in a fist fight with your brothers?
No, my brothers were a lot older than me.
So?
Me
I
too.
mean, like Bruce, kinda when we were kids. One time, I've told this on the podcast. We'll skip it.
Mine.
I hit my
mine are-
older sister once because my brothers convinced me to.
You would hit
like
your
fight
sister,
her.
wouldn't you?
Well, I was like 8, so But my brothers convinced me to fight her over who had to wash the dishes and who, like, because we always would just split the chores after dinner.
You actually,
And
like, threw down?
Yes, we set up like a whole fucking boxing match practically. If we had just done this stuff, we would have been done. But that was way more fun. And so my brothers are like, no, you got to do this, and they're like, yeah, just like this, and I'm like, okay, cool.
You know what? I might go home and use that for the boys even.
Yeah.
You know what?
Fight
Whichever
over
one,
who has to do the
whichever you
dishes.
got 3 minutes. Whichever one of you comes out on top,
Yeah.
you get to walk away. The other one unloads the dishwasher. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
So I hit my sister. It was
I
fucked up.
used to get in a fight with my older brother, but
Yeah.
when we were younger, a lot younger, we used to punch each other. I kicked him in the face one time. One time I thought I broke his nose because after I kicked him, just blood all over the place, and they took him to
I broke my wife's nose.
headbutted him.
Yeah.
She got out of line.
No. She was tickling me, poking me in the sides. She was sitting on top of me, and I warned her. I was like, "Quit doing that, because I don't have much self-control with that." And so she jabbed me really hard, and I flinched and went like this and got her right in the nose.
Oh,
with
you
my
headbutted
forehead.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you were gonna hit her.
No.
I don't have much control, and that's where his son learned that left
No.
jab.
My name is White Ben, not Southern White Ben.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
No offense to all you Southern people out there.
Yeah.
Did you ever headbutt Deanie?
No.
No.
I've like pushed her in my sleep, I guess, a couple times. But that's not.
Sleep.
That's
Yeah.
not.
Sleep.
That's involuntary.
I was sleepwalking, babe.
No, it wasn't even like that. It's just when I go to sleep at night, there's this period like between where I'm like really asleep and where I'm like dozing, and so I'll kind of start dreaming before I'm totally out, and I'll flinch a lot. And so apparently one time I was like, I don't know, having a fight or something in my dream, and like reached out and basically almost like pushed her off the bed.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
I'm in charge.
I mean, yeah, I am, but I don't have to punch her.
It's like she knows.
Craig,
It's not a punch. It's more of a slap.
Yeah.
Craig
Just a
shadow
little
boxes his first 4 minutes while he's in bed. Just
Yeah, something like that. No, a lot of
Shadow
times,
kickboxes.
a lot of times it's just like this full body like flinch and like It'll just move the whole bed.
He sleeps to "Eye of the Tiger."
It's like,
Is there any better song to go to sleep to?
No.
You know he's training Mardi Gras. Is it?
No. I haven't
Krav
done that in
Maga.
a long time.
hasn't done that
Mardi
in
Gras.
years.
Yeah,
I
that's.
can train for that. You want me to show you?
I think that's John's
No,
joke,
but-
actually.
No, but he used to beat on women. He doesn't know.
He
He doesn't listen to our
time.
podcast.
We told him last time.
Yeah, he used to beat women.
Who says I don't listen to your podcast?
You would know what we're talking about.
Have I listened to everyone? No.
Why?
We only say it on
Because
98% of them.
Some of us normal working Americans don't have time to sit around and listen to podcasts like all day,
Why not?
all the time.
But
I
normal
don't listen
working,
to 'em all
normal
day.
I don't even
working
listen, I haven't even
Europeans
listened
can,
to my right.
I listen to
Scottish. Apparently, Scottish Canadians can just listen to everything
no.
all the time.
I listen to the ones that are important.
Have you listened to mine?
Yeah.
How many episodes do I have?
I don't know. 8.
7.
See, I was almost there.
I was gonna say 7.
I've listened to 2 or 3. Yeah, of course.
7. Even
you-
Jesus weighs in with 7.
Yeah, you've had
See?
7 for a while, right?
Yeah, because I
No,
can't,
it's not a dig.
Jesus looked you up before the show.
No, because he said that he doesn't do very many. Like
Yeah, and
I
in
listened.
my
he
last
looked you up
one,
before the show.
no, I listen.
He did a little
I
bit.
listen. last
in
time
my
you said
last one, I said that I have not done a very good job staying on
Mm-hmm.
time because, like,
I remember.
the 3 parts
you
of
don't.
my company are.
I do.
You don't.
It's
I do.
It's been hard to do it.
All right, you two.
You don't.
Do I have to
Why
separate
has
you
it
guys?
been hard to do?
I just don't have the time, man. It just.
You don't have the guests?
I have more time now because I quit my job.
Do you have your wife on with you? Like,
She's been on one
so is it
about
is
her.
it
The
usually
one
just
about her
you
elk hunt.
interviewing whoever?
Typically, well, I had you fellers on there.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Not Edgar.
So
not
you don't have
Jesus.
a
Yeah.
So if you don't have a guest, you don't do one
No, I've done 2 out of that by myself. I think just kind of giving updates.
monologue.
Yeah, and we did one in my pickup on the way back from archery hunting one day, which was kind of cool because I have a mobile setup, and so we wanted to get it fresh, with all the details of archery hunting that weekend.
So I'm going to cut you off. You should be careful with that shit because you literally got pulled over on the way here for being on your phone.
Yeah, but
That's what you got pulled over for?
yeah.
Oh man.
For being on my phone. So get this on my
That's cute.
phone,
And he wants to record a whole
No
fucking
seatbelt.
podcast in the truck on the way home.
no seatbelt.
He's gonna hit the police officers again.
Guess what? The podcast is hands free. It's legal.
Were you
The guy in the back seat was running the board, which was my nephew, and so it's legal beagle, man. Do all the podcasting you want when you're driving down the road.
He has his own torque. That's cool.
Yes, he does. He does. Were you speeding on your way here too?
No, on the phone.
So just on the phone.
and then
with
when he
your
pulled me
seatbelt off.
over, no seatbelt,
You rebel.
no current registration, no current insurance that I could prove, and I'm a
Your
good
vehicle's
enough.
not even registered right now?
No, it is.
It's
just
stolen.
when
He
the
stole the
paperwork
car.
that I had in there was not current. But I'm a good enough looking son of a bitch that he let me off of everything but the seatbelt. Can you believe that? $130.
What did you
Not
do?
one bit.
$130 phone ticket is what it is. And he let me go on that and got me with the $10 seatbelt ticket that I have to pay.
What did you have to do?
Just pay it.
No, I mean to get out of the other ones.
Not things that you don't typically talk about on air.
We talk
give
about
away-
a lot of shit on air.
But I'm not giving away
It's like,
my
I didn't know
secrets.
that
Oh,
worked,
okay.
Craig.
I'm not giving away my secrets. If I tell
I'd rather-
everybody
I'd
that
rather
shit
get the
gets
seatbelt
popular, it
ticket,
won't even
yeah.
work.
I'd rather pay that 130
We heard you
bucks,
earlier.
to be honest.
I can hear you.
Sounds like really quiet.
To you?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because your ears are plugged.
Ah, good point.
Yeah.
You guys all sound loud though.
Except who?
Have you met me
Except me.
in public?
No, you're fine.
I am loud.
Yeah. No, you guys all sound great.
Oh,
It's just
thank you.
me. It's just me.
He's just
I don't
being-
sound great.
He's just being picky.
You sound fine.
Okay.
No, yeah. So, like I said, checked into it. Drivers just got a set of headphones on. Doesn't matter.
I was just giving you shit.
I suppose the headphones could be like not paying attention to your surroundings or whatever. Dude, where I archery hunt and where we were coming out of anyway, it's like you're going to see one person on the road.
Fair enough.
Last time I said that out there, I got pulled over.
I was just saying it's probably fishing game.
Yeah, that one other person.
Yeah.
No, I don't see him very often out there. But there's like a retired cop now that took the county position out there, and so all he does is runs up and down the road.
So he's not retired?
No. Yes.
So the retired cop's not.
Sort.
Working?
I was confused too. I'm glad
Well, he
somebody
lives
else
out
asked
there,
that
so
question.
it's easy. He took that job. I don't know.
So he didn't
Ask
retire.
him. Go out there and do 65 and a 55, and you'll find
And
it.
then ask him, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Sir,
good.
sir,
Thank
we-
God you're here. Ben said you're retired. What the fuck you doing pulling people over?
I've been at this all day. Like,
Took you long enough.
Yeah.
I've been here for 6 hours.
I spent 2 tanks of fuel. It was worth it, though.
So, anyways, Ben, White Ben. Excuse me.
Thank
I
you.
apologize.
Thank you.
So
White Ben says that you texted him spelled out white.
I did
no,
Why
he
didn't
did.
Why didn't you use the ghost?
because I don't like using emojis. I mean emojis.
Yeah, we got to come up with something, some kind of a symbol.
No, you could just write the word white. It's fine. That's what I did.
Okay.
There's
There's
a
probably
white,
like a white square.
there's
or
a
like
white dot. Yeah, there's a white dot.
By the time I find the white dot, I could just type out the word white.
it should come up if you spell.
But I don't
You-
use emojis very often.
You
so
don't either.
you should fix your dictionary to when you type out Ben, it gives you the option white Ben.
Oh yeah.
So it
I do
automatically fills it in.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you can
You can
automatically
train
do that.
your dictionaries. Yeah,
Dude, now that I'm on the podcast, this deal's going to take off. Everybody's going to call me White Ben.
absolutely.
Hey, White Ben.
Yeah, all 6
As
people.
they should,
that
because
listen to
there's
us.
already a Ben, and so
Yeah.
there can only be one.
Yeah. And he gets the title
I've
of
heard
just
that
regular Ben.
I thought you guys called him Benny Big Hands.
No, nobody calls him that.
No, we tried to get that going. but
I've
nobody
literally
pushed.
never heard him called that.
Somebody called him that at a show, I think.
Yeah, somebody called him that at a show, and we made a coupon code.
Yeah,
So
That's
if you
where that
use
came
it,
from?
I mean, you get like 10% off or something like that.
I think it's 10% off stuff at topsdailygrind.com.
Yeah.
We got some cool shit there.
Wow.
So, shot glasses, stickers, patches, water bottle.
Yeah, my kid like thieved a water bottle
I gave
at the
it to
show.
him. I gave it to him. He only asked 15 times.
Yeah, and that was after I,
I
told
gave it to him
hey.
because I was tired of him just asking.
You're just tired of him
Persistence is
saying
the
no.
key.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly it was for him.
He was asking me for a free knife. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, that
dude,
was a
like-
big fat no.
Like, sorry, bud. Like, that's not how it works at all. Like, sorry. He's like, what about that water bottle? And I'm like, ask Craig.
So, you know what you should have said? Because he's got 4-H money. Little turd's done just fine for himself. He's got some cash.
Just like, get your ass back
So
over to your
next
booth.
time that he wants a knife, flip the case over at the show and be like, he's got it.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Make him buy one like every other adult on the
Good to
planet.
know.
So speaking of that show, how did it go for you?
It went well for us. I was actually really happy with that show. I don't know. I thought it was laid out good and handled well for their
First go around.
first year. People are just so weird and not having the show experience. You know, like Friday, not very many people. Sales were freaking phenomenal. Saturday, 5 times the people. Possibly even maybe a little less sales than Friday. And then Sunday is just like
Dad.
a
Did you
wash.
just get all this from your wife? Because I didn't see you at your own booth very often.
Every time we saw you, it was in the truck
You know
headed
what?
out.
If you wouldn't have been in the middle...
We even have it on film in one of our videos.
Yeah. My wife told me about it. And you know what? If you wouldn't have been doing some live thingy, because you're important Craig, right? And you would have came and talked to me, that's exactly, like I said, I was going to ask you to go ahead and
And help her?
Help my
'Cause
wife while I
'cause
was
you
gone.
didn't. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. I would have, but you didn't ask me,
mean,
so I didn't.
That's the main camera? Dude, we have 4 kids, so somebody had to go home and help make sure the kids got off the bus and didn't get kidnapped and, with all
all
the
those kids
crazies
there?
in the world today. And
Not Friday.
Oh, okay.
what?
Nothing.
Friday.
I'm just talking shit, White Ben. It's okay. Anyway,
know.
so I think your wife did a good job at the show.
We're
I do
outnumbered,
too.
Jesus.
What's that?
Yeah.
We're
You are.
outnumbered today.
Yeah.
What, 3-2?
Oh, it's like 2.5 to 2.5.
Yeah, I would say 2.5 to 2.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a pretty even split.
Yeah,
that's
it's
an
an
even
even
split.
point.
Since he speaks
Yeah.
fluent Spanish,
Yeah.
I started to call him half white Craig, but it
Half
didn't
white
stick.
Craig.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
No.
Yeah,
it doesn't,
it doesn't.
at all.
Plus,
Yeah.
then you're just like John, taking everybody else's jokes. So, Anyway, but yeah, I thought what I think you said it was your wife's idea to have. You got your bags of food, right? What's the shelf life on those? Like a few months or whatever.
Well, we're basically claiming 2 years right now.
2 years.
It
okay.
does say on our labels consumed within 180 days, but that's because the labels were made then.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like when you start a company like this and you're doing your own testing, you obviously can't wait around 2 years or 5 years or whatever to test shelf life on stuff and then start selling it.
Right.
So,
but the packaging that you're using is not clear on purpose. I'm assuming that's to help the longevity a little bit.
yeah, they're Mylar bags and they're thick Mylar bags. So you have a double, I believe it's a double layered coating of basically metal.
Yeah. So what I thought was cool is that you had those bags, but then you had a clear bag as like an example of that food in front of it, so people could see what's actually in the bag without having to buy some and just try it out and just see what happens.
Correct.
So I thought that was really smart. Yeah. I don't think I've ever really seen that with other like a survival or a nutrient dense type food like that.
Yeah, even
Maybe they'll have like a picture of it or something, but I don't think I've seen that. And I thought that was a cool idea.
I think it's a lot like what you guys say at your shows, like people want to touch a knife. That's the difference, right? Like when they can
wanna see
handle it, then it's like you got them on a string type of deal when they can get it in their hand. I think it's the same thing with those meals. Like everybody, you can go anywhere, gas station or Sportsman's or whatever, and see a package hanging on the wall, you know?
Yeah.
But when you actually get to see what's in it, I think that's different.
Well, it's like a restaurant menu.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
The stuff with the pictures gets ordered more
yeah,
often.
the stuff
And not
with
only-
the pictures gets ordered more.
Not only that, right? But the stuff in those clear packages is legit.
Was still
like,
sellable.
Yeah, the oxygen absorbers in there and everything. So it's like if you want to see if the stuff's still good, here you go. I mean, you can't visually see anything wrong with it, type of deal, you know. Mm-hmm. But it does help to, you know, like the breakfast scrambler. Everybody's like, oh, those look like real potatoes. Well,
They fucking are.
real potatoes. Yeah, shredded potatoes, just like mommy makes.
Have you tried them?
Not yet, no.
Why is that?
Because I haven't been out hunting yet.
Man,
Have you tried them?
I hope I get to
Yeah,
sit
yes.
next
Have
to
you-
this guy
have you
in
tried 'em?
every
I've been
podcast.
hunting.
Yeah, you've been hunting.
Yeah, you've been hunting
you
twice.
Went hunting
No,
twice,
not
two
like
times
long.
already.
No, not like long term.
He went hunting
Yeah,
twice.
you guys went to McDonald's and
shot
shit.
birds a couple times. But
So, Edgar,
Last time I went to High C and ate
from
pizza.
this point on, if you would like to try my food, I'll get you anything you want.
I'll,
Just so
I'd
that
wanna try
next
it.
time you ask that question and make him kind of go blank, you'll be like, yeah, I have.
I just
amazing.
haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Has Leo tried it?
No,
He hasn't gone hunting either.
he has, but we haven't been. No, the point of something like that is that you're
Because he's like,
way
we're a
out
high
there.
C,
You're carrying that instead of something.
a high C pizza.
Yep.
Or
But I will make the point that, like, I have a kid right now that's a realtor, and he's also kind of part of my hunting crew.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Mateo Rosen, and he will buy those and eat them for lunch.
For lunch?
Yep. That good.
it's
Chicken
kind of like
artichoke.
the pre-made meals that some of these companies sell.
Kind of.
But those ones have like a shelf life of like
A week.
maybe
Days.
a day.
Yeah,
You know.
days if they're not frozen.
Yeah, and these
Like
things, that's exactly what he does. He keeps 4 or 5 in his car, and then, because it's whole foods, it's healthy, it's easy, it's everything.
Did you bring any with you for us to try?
No.
No.
No, because you're supposed
But I
to
know
try
a
it on
guy.
your own.
Oh, okay, good.
I was thinking too, what would have been kind of cool idea for you guys to do at the show, depending on how cost effective it would have been, but would be to actually fire up one of your stoves and like on the hour or every other hour, make one of those meals and hand out samples.
So,
And I don't know.
the on the hour comment is a good one. But we did this we kind of did a test run for a show because my buddy Bo had a what they call the llama rendezvous, and so it was a whole bunch of people that breed llamas, pack llamas, you know, rent them out, whatever, from like 5 different states. I mean, there was about 75 people there, I think, and a few vendors got to set up booths there, and we did samples at that one, and it's tough. If you did it on the hour, every hour, and you were like announcing that, and the people knew it somehow,
Exactly. Yeah.
it would work out. I don't know what I just kicked. Hopefully, it wasn't important.
Yeah.
But like, we figured out real fast with the samples at that show. It's like if you don't have any people moving through, and you got,
It's going to go to waste.
yeah, it's going to do it every other meal, you know, soggy cereal type of deal. But then if somebody walks up and they're like, "Hey, I want to try one of these," and you don't have it made yet, then
Yeah,
it's
like, hey, cool,
then
it's a
obviously
quarter after 4 right now.
It's 10
Come back
minutes,
at 5.
You know, it's 10, 12 minutes before it'll reconstitute, and then I really thought that was, or I wondered if it was going to affect us at this show. And I think the bottom line is, because we already talked about this at home, I think the bottom line is people that are into those kind of meals, and I mean, they just kind of know. It's like, what else are you supposed to do? If you're looking around online and you see all these different brands of meals, it's like the only way you're going to know is to just buy one and try it. Mm-hmm. And that's what, there was tons of people that once they saw the visual representation, they were like, "Oh, cool, I'll try it." And that's the words that come out of their mouths. You know, hey, I'll buy one and try it.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you could figure out a system to where it would be effective for you guys to actually implement and, you know, make these samples so people can actually try.
Right.
Now they can see it, now they can taste it, and now, I mean, that just boosts.
That on the hour is like, that's a good idea. I need a
You need
like a
those
megaphone. Seriously, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like
The people next to
3:45,
you
you
would
could say
hate you.
15 minutes.
Oh, well, you could
We'll
even
have a
get
sample.
you could even get like a, you know, make a little sign.
Or just talk like you
taste
normally
testing.
talk.
At
There's a lot of
tastings at these times.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right.
There's actually a lot of shows like that where you make like a, say that you ask the promoters, how many people do you think are going to buy tickets? That would be like a couple thousand, 10,000, whatever the number is. Make fucking index cards, give them to the promoter, and just say, give this to everybody as you like give them their bracelet or whatever, and that says that, like, it advertises what you're doing. Here's our booth, and every hour we're gonna do this. Come try one.
Right.
That's all you'd have to do. You wouldn't need a megaphone. You wouldn't need to, like, because that would just piss off the people next to you.
I am the man.
They'd get really. That'd
He
be
makes
like
it
depends
that'd be
who's-
like those fucking whistles.
Depends who's next to you though, because like if Jesus was next to you, he'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get a snack real quick. I'll be right back." Like,
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm going to get a snack on the hour.
It does depend.
Every
Right?
hour.
It does depend. That's a good point.
How to get those little Costco cups, those little
Ben
white
would
cups.
be like, you know what?
you can't keep coming back, Jesus.
Yeah, like
Right. Hey,
one per
just
person, my man.
733,000 calories today.
You know, I ended up at the Tops booth
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember these guys being at my booth. Dylan, I do.
Because I don't leave my booth.
I couldn't leave.
Why?
Oh, this
Because I
is
work
This
Yeah.
is
at my
Yeah.
booth.
Me too.
I was at your booth twice.
I stuck up. I said Dylan. I remember.
And I
being
was at
there.
your booth twice also, but you weren't there either of those times. Your wife was.
When?
And we had a riveting conversation.
She didn't. No, she didn't say that.
That's right, because we didn't spend a lot of time there. But it's because I fucking work at the shows. I rarely leave the booth at
Yeah,
shows.
I didn't get to walk around.
Yeah.
No,
one time I went, I took Crystal a cocktail that Leo got her.
She told me about that.
And then the second time, I took your youngest daughter's coat because she had left it way outside of the event by the pond.
She knew where it was.
So yeah, they were coming back from eating, and I hollered at her. I said, "Hey, where's your coat?" She just stares at me,
You know,
and
that sounds.
and then
familiar.
points.
froze.
and I'm like, "Come here." She's like, "No, I have to go eat." And I'm like, "Where's your coat?"
Ask her where her shoes are.
And she points way over, towards the pond, and I'm like, "Go get it!" And she just looked at me and then ran to your booth. So I went and grabbed it and brought it over.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Leaves her shoes everywhere. At
So
least
wait-
they're together though. When
So
you find
you're
them.
saying you went to his booth not because of what he's selling, just because
I know what he's
you
selling.
were forced to go over?
To help him take care of his family.
I already know what he's selling. I don't need to go. I don't need to go to his booth to look at his merchandise. I already know what he's got.
I'm just
Yeah.
messing with you.
The stovey that you did for Leo was pretty cool.
That is cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
But then if you're doing the on the hour, it shows people the stove and the food.
Could have done that too. I had that clear coated one that would have been cool.
Yep.
It got cold enough there for a minute that
Yeah, on Saturday it got cold in the afternoon. Yeah.
we considered firing it up. But many of the other overland junkies had like propane heaters out in about 5 seconds. And
Well, and a lot of them, none of
this
them
is
were
stuff
really
to me.
worried about the temperatures much anyway.
no,
It's one of those things you just kind of get used to it if you're going to spend a lot of time outside, I guess.
it's so like that show. I'm not gonna lie, I felt weird just because you go there and it's like this is the humble beginnings of us, I guess you could say, because everybody like I've already looked into custom canopies and everything, like I was telling you guys, but when you look around at a show like that, and everybody's got custom canopies and flags and all this stuff, and it's like we have the soccer canopy that we've had for 5 years. And
Yeah, your standard 10 by 10.
2 black tables that we got off of Amazon, and
But see, that's
it didn't affect anybody at all.
Yeah,
like
but
that's what I
everybody's-
noticed at the end. Is it was just like people that were walking by. We happened to be, I felt, in a pretty decent spot. I mean,
You were?
right on that corner, that intersection, and so it kind of drew a lot of people right there. And I mean, there wasn't very many people that just walked by and didn't stop and look at our stuff. And so it's after watching that for a few days, it was like, you know what, we're doing okay. I mean, it'd be nice to have that flashier, fancier setup, but
See, and I didn't walk around the show. So, I mean, how many other companies were there selling products like you had?
none, not
There
one,
you go.
not one.
Yeah, not that I saw either.
Yeah, so that set you apart in itself.
I was told to keep my stoves away from one vendor at the show, because if he sees them,
He'll make them.
they said he'll have a team of engineers go to town on, and they'll make your stuff that quick.
Huh.
Which doesn't, I mean, it happens everywhere. That's just life. It's business. Because somebody came up and they're like, dude, you should patent that. And I've learned through a couple other companies that I've been involved with my whole life that the patent thing is,
There's some money.
well, there's things that are worth patenting that are really, really hard to recreate. But something like that stove,
Yeah, it's a collapsible, lightweight pack stove.
all somebody's got to do is do different corners than me, or
It depends on your patent. There's a design patent and there's a utility patent. If you have a design patent, if they make any changes to your design, then you're kind of screwed. If you have a utility patent, then depending on how you put it together, you can protect a little bit more of the process. But it's expensive.
It's
to
expensive,
do,
yep.
and it's expensive to protect. Because if you find people infringing your patent and you don't go after them, then your patent can be nullified just because of that. Like if you choose who you do and don't go after, and one person realizes that, then they can fuck you over just by being like, well, if you didn't go after this guy, why are you coming after me?
yeah, like I said, I know of a couple different companies that back in the day they used to patent all of their stuff because they were afraid of it, right? Mm-hmm. And over the years, now they patent none of their stuff because you just can't stop it. There's loopholes and everything. People can get around it, and they can make something really similar to yours without.
There's
getting in
definitely
trouble.
reasons to patent things, but it is a difficult.
It's funny because I know more people that avoid doing the patents just because of that. Like, it's just small changes, and if they don't change it, all they can really do is send a cease and desist letter. And then after that, suing them is going to cost a lot of money,
Exactly.
and they don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be costly. It can take a long time, and then even if you win, who's to say like when you're gonna get your payout for
Even if they can afford to pay.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
There's stuff going on with that stove that you can't see just by. I mean, you'd have to tear it apart. You'd have to cut it apart basically because everything's welded. And I mean, there's a few things going on in there that kind of make it what it is that you can't see from the outside. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not really that nervous anyway. And like my corners, I don't mind saying that my corners are something unique because of what they are and how they're made. Reproducing those corners, not the way I'm doing it, would be difficult. And it'd be hard for somebody to figure out what they are, what they start out as.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you got the right idea, patent it. Like at the very least, you get a pending patent. That at least shows
fends people off at the patent pending deal, and
and then once it's there,
I heard that.
great.
China
But
don't give a
it's-
shit though. Like the
Chinese won't give a shit at all. Yeah,
That's fine. Like that's another thing is like you make a product too, and they find out about it, and they'll just recreate it and tough shit.
yeah, immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
We experience that a lot with our knives. Like,
yeah.
There's several knives that get knocked off a lot, and there will be some eBay seller or some Amazon seller or Alibaba, of course, and they'll have a name that's like not really a word. It's just like a bunch of letters. It's like, it kind of sounds like a word if you say it out loud, but it's not really a word. And then, so you reach out to them and you're like, hey, you're infringing on our stuff. Like you're straight up using our logo on your product. Like you can't do that.
Like, just a blatant copy.
Yeah.
That happened that often?
Zero fucks
Oh,
given.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
Oh, yeah. I could find probably 5 or 10 right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty easily. And then what'll happen is you go and shut them down, and then the exact same product, like no change, it looks identical.
Same
Colors,
photos.
finishes, photos, everything will pop right back up with just a different
name.
a different conglomeration of letters that
Yeah.
don't mean anything.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah. So it's we try to stop it when we see it, but it's hard to keep up with it because it's so easy for them to just be like, okay, I'll close this one and reopen another one with another name and call it good.
Well, and there's been more, Tops Knives enthusiasts and user groups popping up on Facebook. There's several different groups, but those guys are usually on top of that shit. Hey guys, saw this pop up on eBay. Be careful. It's bullshit. It's a scam. So really our following on social media kind of polices that for the rest of the Tops community.
That's nice.
Essentially for us. So it's kind of nice.
I don't have a community.
Yeah.
Get you a community.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got on that, it'd probably be good for you. Yeah.
Okay. Will you guys be part of my community?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to try your food first.
I kind of thought I already was, but
Well, yeah. I mean,
Thanks
you've
for
only
the
had it for
invite.
like 6 months. When was I here last time?
Yeah, so
4 or 5 months
I
ago.
didn't
Yeah,
have
something
it.
like that.
It's
I
in
don't
my
know, I
office
was-
now, but it wasn't at the
yeah,
time.
you didn't give any to Craig.
Yeah, you gave them to Leo.
You gave them all to Leo.
So why are you pissed off at me?
Well, Leo needs to get to distributing down the line.
They're in my office now, so
And you're
have
second
to-
in command, right?
we'll
So
have to do
obviously
a-
it hasn't gone very far.
well, and that's only because he cleaned his office
and he just put them in
and
there.
wanted to put him somewhere else other than
He
in his
clearly
office.
said they haven't. They
Which
haven't
makes the
been-
guy feel even better, right?
haven't
Dude,
been
I'm cleaning
hunting.
my shit out of my office. Here, go do something with these.
I'm gonna go steal.
At least he didn't throw them away. He
He
threw a bunch of shit away.
Yeah.
But not those.
No.
No, it's because he hasn't been hunting on his.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did
that's
say
why,
hold
yeah.
on to him.
Yeah, he did say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hunting in.
Because he hasn't been hunting.
3 weeks.
October.
3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now he has
something
the
like
meals.
October 10th.
He has the
Stove.
stove.
And he has McDonald's.
And he's got a wall
He
tent.
claims, yeah,
There
he
is
claims
no
that he's got a
McDonald's
tent.
in where we're going.
And he's got a wall tent with no fucking poles.
Oh, he doesn't have the poles for it
Sweet.
yet?
No, he told me
fuck.
he told me at the show
I thought he had
and
them.
on Monday that he wanted to try to do those this week, but he's been trying to get that other stuff done.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he's gonna make his own poles.
you just get 1-inch conduit at different lengths, and it's all you fucking need.
Right.
It's the same thing as what
Yeah.
they sell for a lot more.
If it's a real wall tent, A-frame, I'm assuming, or not A-frame, but real wall tent.
Yeah.
Just cut your own
Yeah.
when you get up there.
that. A-frame. That's a
Yeah.
teepee.
You could.
A lot of guys that do that.
No, that wouldn't really be a teepee. A-frame is just a steeper
Slope.
It's like a steeper slope
So
than
let me explain this real quick.
Yeah,
An
explain it.
A-frame,
It's
it
shaped
looks
like an A.
an A.
Oh, uppercase.
Uppercase.
Makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
Oh god damn.
How do you take poles and
Oh,
that's weird.
This whole time I thought it was an upside
Well,
down.
like you
camper.
don't know.
Camper is a
How do you
lowercase
take
a.
poles?
One of those. Yeah, pole experts. Explain it to us.
I am a pole expert, thank you.
Anyway, yeah, we'll try those meals. Don't worry, we'll try them. If you
No.
brought any more today, then I'll take one or two.
I'll get you guys some more so you can try them, especially Edgar
Yeah,
start
I'll
good.
try
and
it.
Good.
Asus because he listens to my
That's
podcast.
wonderful.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Quiz him right now.
I don't listen to it,
Exactly.
but I know how many podcasts you've
see?
made. But see, to be fair, I don't listen to podcasts at all.
I know he killed. I know he killed a
not
bear.
true.
I saw that. I was watching that footage.
Yeah.
How do you know I killed a bear?
The SD card that John had.
That's cheating. What does that have to
That
do with
is
the podcast?
cheating. Yeah.
Oh, with
Or-
I know you
or-
had a podcast, but
Or anything else?
I know you had a podcast. I know you put out some videos.
Yeah. All that proved was that you were snooping through his shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say there could be SD card with like
We were looking for the good stuff.
Did you have any Were there any hidden folders that
No,
you found?
no.
Did you look for hidden folders?
Yeah, we did.
Of course.
you can have
Yeah.
hidden folders on an SD card.
Yeah.
Yes. Sir.
We accessed.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
they're
why you
not-
didn't find him.
They're not super hidden.
We
but
accessed.
yes, you can.
You know you can get into your deleted
gotta-
files.
You got to teach me stuff
Dude,
about
it's-
SD card. Dude,
it's-
I am.
No,
That's
it's-
like
we
the
got
whole
into your
problem with
delete-
this
that's-
company thing, right?
yeah,
I'm
it's simple
technology.
stuff.
Yeah, so
Illiterate.
when you rewrite stuff over a SD card, the blocks that don't get written over, you can still get access to that stuff.
Yeah, you can pull a lot of stuff that's been deleted can be
It's not deleted.
It can
be
be
found.
recovered.
yeah.
There's ways. Just
Yeah, like have you ever
FYI.
you ever
for
talked
future
about
reference.
You scrub some SD cards.
The easiest way is
yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
Or
Burn
just
the-
fill
burn
that
the
bitch up
fuckers.
again.
Or fill it up, yeah.
I have to remember that. If you guys ever see me like busting an SD card,
We'll
don't
know
even.
why.
Just don't even.
Yeah, but like the forensic people that go in and like try to get stuff off of people's
That's how
computers and
they're doing
stuff
it.
when they get arrested, it's
Laptops and
that
all that
kind of
stuff.
thing. It's none of it's really that difficult. You just don't know what you don't know.
I don't know. That's the whole thing. Is I
Put
really
it on
don't.
a magnet and you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I did an event and I accidentally deleted some stuff, and I just went in and like recovered it. I was worried that I wasn't gonna be able to. But
Yeah,
I was
because
able
some of
to.
it will
Yeah.
disappear.
I didn't get to recover my because that happened to me too.
So you won't. Sometimes you don't get all of it back. You'll get most of it back, but that's just a risk. But
Yeah, I didn't get any back because I used the card.
Yeah,
Because you had too much on it.
No, I like so
You-
I deleted it.
used it.
I thought I had saved it to my computer and I had it, and I used it and then I couldn't recover it anymore because it was
Once you
Had
yeah.
be he wrote on it.
once you
again.
started rewriting on it, yeah.
yeah. If I hadn't, I would have been able to recover most of
And
it.
so a lot of you people who think that you're deleting your
You mean
stuff off
you
of
people.
the people that use SD cards, SD cards, hard drives, external hard drives, phones.
You remember that off with anger management?
What do you mean,
people.
you people?
Yeah.
Did you see the new thing they added on the iPhone, iOS? You can put you have to put a pin in order to go into your recently deleted stuff.
Oh, really?
So people don't get it because some people don't realize
Saving
that there's-
marriages,
yeah.
one feature at a time.
One password at a time.
you know it's Tim Cook that like
He got caught.
he fucked up and his boyfriend saw something.
man.
And
No, he probably deleted something. He's like, all right, it's gone. But then they went into the recently
Somebody else
deleted,
looked
and
at
they're
it.
like, hey, it's right there. And now there's a password for that one. Because the other day I tried getting into it because I accidentally deleted a photo, and it's like it asked for my facial recognition, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, I'm down with that.
I mean, the good thing is I'm single, so I don't have to worry about anything.
So it don't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter who's this. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Is it you? No. Then
that thing where you cut pictures out, I like that.
that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
You can also make like
that's like the only
stickers.
thing that makes me want to get an iPhone. That and the satellite thing. that
Nothing
they're
makes
gonna
me
do.
want to get an iPhone.
Those are the only two things.
I'll stick to my Androids.
Android.
Yeah, Android's the way to go.
I just never. I tried to use an Android phone after I'd had an iPhone for like 3 or 4 years. So this was years ago.
Oh yeah, dude. Those
I hated it.
Androids sucked back then, though.
Right on.
I sent it. I got rid of it in like
Yeah,
5
it
days.
Sucked back then.
No, Androids sucked back in the day.
They still suck.
No, Androids are the shit.
You do.
Androids are the best right now.
If you look at they have like really cool features. They have really good cameras and stuff. But all the like apps and stuff,
Best camera on the market.
they were but when you upload something, it doesn't look
Until
that
the next fucking phone comes out. Come on, man. That's
Yeah, until the 23S comes out
Yeah.
in a
No, but-
fucking week.
No, we've
That's
had good,
true, right? As soon as they like anyone with the Samsung or Android, they upload it to like Instagram, Snapchat. It's all blurry. It's all washed out. Yeah, no, yeah.
my shit's not
It
blurry and
looked
washed
good
out.
on your phone.
You know what they did to me this last go around?
Huh.
I have a nasty habit of breaking phones. So for instance, when I got pulled over on the way here, that was coming from
Did you make yourself? He made himself cry to get out of the fucking tickets.
That
Yeah,
was
you know
coming
what? His
from-
eyes did look a little puffy when he
that
got
was
out.
coming
that's what
from
it
you
fucking
break
did.
iFix because it just got the screen's brand new. And it's a brand new S22
Did they
Ultra,
put the
right?
screensaver on for you too, or did you do that?
Oh, you got the
They-
Because I
it
can see
comes-
those fucking bubbles from
Yeah,
here.
it comes on the
Yeah,
new
I've got
screen.
the 22
You
Ultra.
have the 22 also? Damn, I want that.
But here's
The
what
Ultra.
it only went a year, right? And I had to claim 1 or 2 on insurance. And I think the second one, when I had my S21, it was only a year later. And it's like, I used to claim on insurance, I think it was like a S9 I had. And several years later, I could still get one. A year later now, They're
You have
like,
to get the new one.
Yep, they're like, nope, we don't have any more S21s. You have to,
So-
and so they don't
so
charge you for
that's-
it. They're like, if you're going to claim it on the insurance, we'll automatically send you the S22. And it's like, okay, but I don't want an S22.
So
And the
that's
lady
their
at the
way
store-
of doing planned obsolescence.
Right, and she's like, well, why wouldn't you want one? And I said, because my case and all of my shit right now fits this phone. And if you force me into a new phone, then I have to go buy all new accessories, which is your total plan in life.
Yeah, that's what they want.
And I was pissed. And so I'm really trying to like not be Captain Destructo on phones now, and Samsung must know they have a problem because they're running a promo until the 26th. Any S series phone, you can get a screen for $100.
Well, yeah, that's because a new iPhone just dropped.
Well, what version do you have?
I still have the 20.
So
Good God, get with the times.
I know.
that was my last one. I got this. Verizon was running a promo.
Yeah, Herman got his too. Like that, he got like $700 for an old ass phone.
Yeah, so did I.
They gave this to me for $800 off.
Yeah, Yep. yeah.
I owed like $30 on my other one, and then got this for $800 off.
Yeah, but I have AT&T with. Well, I could probably do it with the work phone because that one is like 7 years old now. I think.
Jesus, and you have a flip phone or what?
Yeah.
How was the show
It's
for you?
It's a
guys?
slide.
How was the show for you guys?
The Overland show?
Yeah,
Good.
good,
Good.
not good. What'd
We
you
were,
think?
I mean,
Because you guys have like a large show history, and so
Yeah.
in comparison,
if you watched our Instagram and stuff, you would have seen the video, but I'll give you a recap.
actually, you know what?
kidding.
With the broken phone, because up until yesterday, from like right here down, I had a hard
that's
time
right.
seeing anything.
Yeah, he's like, hey, can you take a picture? I'm like,
Yeah.
sure.
So I kept trying
yeah,
to
it's
watch
just
when you
like,
guys were
no.
posting, and it says "watch here," and I kept trying to, and I couldn't make it work.
Couldn't do it.
So I'll watch it.
So anyway, it was good. You know, as far as shows go, it was small, way low attendance. Like if they do this 2-3 more years and that's the kind of attendance they get, they're going to be done. They'll be done next year if that's the kind of attendance they get, because it's just not enough people to make it worthwhile for them. It's not enough people to make it worthwhile for exhibitors. So like nobody from out of town will come to that show if they can't get more people there.
Well,
However, it was their first year. They set it up only a few months ago. So it's not like they had been pushing this thing for many
Super long
months
time.
or a year. Like they put it together pretty fast. It came together well. The location was good. The exhibitors that they did get there were solid. Like it was well done. It was well done considering that they're not, the guys that put it together aren't. It's a lot of people that do trade shows do multiple trade shows.
they're promoters.
This is the
that's
first
what they
time
do for
yeah,
a living,
exactly.
right? Yeah,
This is the first time those guys have put something together. For how it turned out,
pretty clean.
it
it was
props.
good. They
It was
did a
solid.
good job.
Yeah, it was a good little show.
So I like my complaints were because my brother used to be a promoter too, and so it's like when you're trying to schedule things depending on time of year, and there's always a million things to consider, and you're never going to win them all. That weekend that they picked was tough here locally, and like I told you guys, I honestly do believe that being in the middle of archery season in Idaho is tough because even a lot of your overland people, I mean, a lot of those guys are
They're also hunters.
they're out, yeah, they're out hunting right now, camping, whatever.
yeah.
School's in, and so the Friday I think that's rough because with school being in, just like
Well,
me
a lot of
leaving,
people
just
were
like
only
me
a
leaving,
couple of weeks into school.
just like me leaving to go home and make sure my kids got off the bus and stuff. I mean, it's it's like one of those unavoidable things during the school year that just you're going to lose a lot of people to that alone.
Yep.
And so we ended up talking to the dude that kind of threw that together, one of them at the end right before we left, and they had decided the dates for next year, which was the exact same weekend type of deal. So I
Some
don't
of
know.
that depends on the other shows too, though.
I threw it out to him. I was like, what is there a possibility of doing this before school's in type of deal, before hunting season, like in August? I mean, and nobody said much. So
The thing they're going to have to be careful with, though, is say that they do put it in August. Well, I think one of the new there's the Overland Expo, which has 4 locations now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of those is in August. If they put one too close to one of those shows, they're going to screw themselves.
Yeah.
because
They said they would've gone-
They're either going to
Nobody
lose out
will
on
be there.
exhibitors, or they're going to lose out on attendees, or both.
they said they would have gone earlier in September, but state fair.
Yeah.
So that kills you.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah,
like I
that's-
said, you
that's
can't
the
win
hard
them all.
part, is
So
trying to
maybe
pick a date.
Maybe it was the best time that worked out.
Yeah.
And I'm not complaining. I just hope that I'm worried about their show. Like, I hope in the future that it doesn't affect attendance enough to be a killer.
Yeah, and I don't think you can really gauge attendance based on this year's outcome because of how little time they had to start announcing it.
So many people did not know that I talked to. They're like, oh, and people that we did tell showed up. Like, I think if it would have had more time, like you're saying.
Yeah, if they start kicking off, like, Craig had said in that video that we already made. That if they start right now, if they already know the dates for next year, start pushing it right now.
Now, yeah, that's going to be the thing that tells me how successful they're going to be next year is when they start pushing it for next year.
Well, it's kind of like Blade.
If they wait,
promote year round.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, if they don't post on their Instagram for the next 2-3 months, that's going to be like,
Leo was talking about they wanted to do because they had kind of come to the big sponsors already, but they wanted to do some kind of a giveaway with a car, with a Subaru car. Yeah. They were trying to get a car donated and like something like that, and to advertise it, because honestly, to do that right, because I've kind of been part of a project like that before. They need to start now.
Yep.
Because it's going to take a year, honestly, to put that rig together the way they want it to be and have it ready for the giveaway, instead of like a SEMA situation where I've been a part of like a dozen different SEMA projects where on October 12th, somebody's like, oh,
let's do this.
Yeah, let's build a truck for SEMA. That's like, okay.
For next year? Yeah.
Nope, for this year. and it's a lot of long nights and no weekends and, trying to bust something out. But if they actually would like advertise every step of that build, I think over the next 12 months, it'd work well.
Yeah, I mean
they have to have content.
Yeah, and that's content that really creates itself, just following the life of this build.
I really enjoyed the what's the throwy game? Cornhole.
Throwy game.
The throwy game. Cornhole. I enjoyed Saturday night's like environment though. What they did with it, the live music, and I mean, even though there's nobody like right in front of the band, it was still cool.
You could hear it from anywhere.
Yeah, you had music, you had cocktails, you had friendly conversations, you had ass whoopings from the Jeep boys across the street there.
Or from Dylan and I before we
Dylan,
switched.
Yeah, because we ran our boards for
the whole time.
Yeah, the entire time.
Yeah,
the entire night.
That's true.
For at least 3-4 hours.
I was tired.
What were we going to call ourselves? Ben and Ben was stupid, but we talked about
because it's Ben and White Ben. So.
We talked about like been there twice.
I like that. That's good.
We did give you guys the strongest run though. We were close on the one game.
Yeah, not
and you can't say what do you mean? Not really though. Both teams busted like twice, and then somebody
you busted. We didn't bust.
Yes, you did.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh, Dylan busted. That's right.
What?
Yeah, we busted once. That's right.
You busted.
I still think Carlos and I did the best when we did it over there. We won like
at the company party.
Like 10
you guys
games
cleaned
in a row.
up. Nobody could even keep up with you guys.
You threw Dylan under that bus quick.
And we,
I know. We still came back.
That's exactly what I'm sitting here thinking. God, it's not
we came back and won. We came back and won. Dylan won like 3 or 4 of those games almost single-handedly.
What were you guys?
Oh yeah, now that we pointed out, you're the manager.
Hey,
fucking White Ben.
I wasn't going to say anything.
What were you guys called? Did you guys have a cool name?
No, we were just, it was just us.
Was it the Walter White?
Silent professionals.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with Been There Twice.
Been There Twice is a great name.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
It sounds like you're. Yeah, never mind.
It sounds like
anyway,
no. Go ahead.
You enjoy hunting.
Tell me what it sounds like.
It sounds like you two like give it to each other. That's what it sounds like.
No, Dylan wasn't here. That's why he doesn't know what I'm doing.
It sounds great.
It's the gang sign he threw up last time.
It's now that you.
That's why he's trying to avoid it. Completely avoid it.
Yeah. Do it again. Do it again to this camera right there.
Definitely not a gang sign.
There you go.
No, almost, but not really.
That's what you did.
It's 2 W's. It's 2 W's. Well, you're ending like a football goalpost.
No, Ben. Now that he makes that point, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, you're gonna need to change.
We're gonna have to work on that. I don't know.
Ben will be okay with it,
but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does.
Ouch.
It doesn't. It means a lot.
That's fucked up.
It means a lot.
Those Jeep guys.
I don't like anything.
That we went and played
old
cornhole
Chief
with.
Old One Feather there.
You can't say that, man.
No, you can't.
His name's Kale.
Why?
Yeah, his name's Kale.
Yeah,
Jesus.
He taught me how to say.
He had Chief tattooed on his freaking forearm, and he's like, "Oh, hey, when you guys were calling me
His
White
name
Ben, he's
was
like, you
One
too, huh?" And he
Feather.
points at his arm and it says Chief. And I was like, oh, I take it you're Indian? He goes, yes, I am.
But
Native American.
Native American.
they had
Come on. Give us the time.
India is a country in Asia. Why are you looking at me like you're confused right now?
Yeah, it is.
Because it's a whole separate place.
Because
It's
of
like
all the other things
almost
that
on
get
the
said on
opposite
this
side of the
podcast,
world
and you
from
say
us.
Indian and you're an asshole.
Actually,
Yes,
we've
absolutely.
learned
We've established
you have to
this.
be correct on a
he
lot
was
of things
Navajo.
because you get called out for it.
That's true.
He was Navajo.
I'm picky.
Yeah.
It said
He
one
was.
feather
He
across
taught
the
me how to
hood
say
of
something
his
in
Jeep.
Navajo.
You can say Navajo.
He taught me how to say a word in Navajo. It was
Okay, he was Navajo.
What is it?
Chont.
does
Does
that
that mean like underwear?
It means like shithead.
Oh.
And so I
See,
was
close enough.
It means you got
We
your
kept
ass
calling
beat
him-
in cornhole
No.
every game across
so
the street.
so Craig and I started yelling chomp
Chont
Ben.
Ben, and he
it would
he
have
was
been
like,
funny.
"What does
like,
that mean?" I was like, "White."
He's like, yeah.
It's almost like choke in English.
Almost, yeah.
choke Ben. But no, they had two different weights to
Yeah,
their bags.
They did.
yeah, and I never got to play with the heavy ones
No one did
until we all left, and then you stayed.
until we left, and I said something to him. I was like, these fucking things weigh like nothing. And they're like, oh, well, try those black ones. And then I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, no wonder
Yeah.
you guys were fucking spanking everybody.
Yep.
And weren't switching sides. And they're like, oh, we have another set of heavy ones.
Glad I didn't throw down on more than my massive $1 bet.
So after everybody left, Chad and I threw another game, and everybody swapped sides.
Is there restrictions to what you can say on this podcast?
Yeah, there is.
No, not really.
You know what he said to me at the end?
What'd he
Him and
say?
that girl
Oh
tried
shit!
to give
Hold
me
on.
my
Put the flag just in case.
that girl tried to give me my $1 back, and I was like, no, you guys straight up won. It's your $1.
Oh, I know
He
where
walked
this is
over-
going. Hold on, I
He
know
walked
where this is
over and
going.
grabbed the
You
$1.
can say it. Yeah.
No, don't say it. No.
And he's
It's
like,
fine.
why would you try and take an Indian man's money? You already took our land. And he turned around and walked off. He was laughing the whole time.
That's not
But it
where
was
I was
like-
going.
Where'd
you think
that
he was going?
No, I can't say it. I'll say it afterwards.
Where else would it be going?
No, I can't say it right now.
he has a very racist mind.
No, I don't.
Jesus? Oh, absolutely.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he does.
You do.
I do.
does.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like funny.
But it's all jokes.
Yeah, it's all jokes.
But it's
But that
like,
kid was
haha,
all- that
racist,
kid was all
not
about
hateful
jokes.
racist.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that dude was funny.
Yeah, he was funny as shit.
They were cool to hang out with for sure.
Yeah, they were.
It's cool to make fun of the differences. That's
I feel
it.
like-
that's it. That's all it is.
I feel like we truly got
Jesus
hustled,
still
though.
defending himself. It's okay.
Because
When
when we were,
actually
when
think
we were
you're
looking
racist.
across the street, his throwing partner couldn't even
they
stay
they
on
fucking
the
sucked.
board.
He couldn't hit the
Yeah.
water if he fell out of a boat.
And I suggested earlier when we were more in our soberness, I think, I was like, dude, we should go across the street and challenge those guys. And
If we
everybody
had
was
played
like,
on-
everybody was like, nah. And then an hour and a half later, and several cocktails in, and then all of a sudden it's somebody else's idea to go across the street
No,
and challenge the
they
Joneses.
came in- they came and got
in.
us.
They
Oh, they
told us
did?
to go over there. They're
I
like,
didn't see us.
They're like,
Or I
hey,
didn't
we
see
got
them.
lights over there. You guys are like flashlighting your boards over here. Why don't you come and?
Yeah.
Because we had been standing there watching them, and like I said, the one kid couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way. And then all of a
then-
sudden we go over there, and it was just like,
Well, yeah, they gave us-
ass whooping,
They gave us the light bags.
And finally the kid was like, oh, I don't want to play anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
Tired
Okay.
of waiting.
Yeah.
Surprised those bags made it all the way through because they were using them in the pavement, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
All
were
day.
just right there on the road.
Yeah. Yeah, but we had told him that Saturday night, like, well, we'll have our board set up tomorrow. Come over. They never came over.
They didn't want to play on the real boards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
I
challenge,
think so,
I think they were all a
little.
little hungover, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
They were,
Challenge for next year.
I didn't even see that the lady that was with him. I didn't see her until like afternoon.
yeah.
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 I think they got way
That
fucked up
was
Saturday night.
Kel's wife.
So Kel was telling me that he got fucked up on Friday night too,
Yeah,
So-
he said he was drinking mimosas at like
Yeah.
7 in the morning on fucking Saturday.
and Sunday.
and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He
Yeah.
came over to our booth.
We should have given away a knife. If you can sink all 4 bags, free knife
Ooh.
for next time.
There was a dude that came by that was like, I do this like professionally.
Yeah, he's getting ready to transition to a professional.
And have you seen any of those matches? They're fucking sick.
They're insane.
They're
Dude.
insane. Yeah.
Their accuracy is pretty crazy.
When you like, it's crazy that they could look at it like when they need to air, like the hole's blocked up and they need to air mill, and they're just like, and then
Yep.
if the board's clear, they can just,
Just
slide
slide
them,
them
just
in.
dunk,
Yep.
dunk. And it's like whatever,
It's
dude.
insane.
It's crazy. So anyway, I think we've talked about the Overland show enough. So hunting.
Hunting.
What do you got coming up the rest of the year?
Well, I had to leave the Overland show and the drinking / cornhole At 10 p.m., I was a responsible adult because I had to go bear hunting the next morning, which turned out to be a total bust.
Went really well for you, I heard.
It was rough, dude.
Nice long walks in the rain.
Well, not in the rain. It rained on the way up there, and just everything was really wet. And that was a lesson learned for me, just with the dogs and everything, because I've never had to deal with that. And so the guys that we run the dogs with, I mean, these dudes are as knowledgeable as it gets. They've been doing it forever, and I did not realize that it would affect them that much. And so you turn the dogs out on a bait. I mean, normally if there had been a bear there within an hour or an hour and a half like that, that's a pretty hot track, right? Like they'll light that up and go. And I mean, it was like those dogs would catch something and you could hear it. They'd light up for a second and then quit. And if you could see them, they'd run. They'd start circling. They'd start trying to find the track again, right? And then they might pick it up somewhere and run another 50. And then circle. And it was just like, I mean, it was hard on. They just could not stay on it. And eventually, dogs are no different than anything else. You know, eventually when it doesn't work out, I think they start to get frustrated. So they finally just come back and look at you like, what the hell are we doing here, you know? And so it was very short-lived. I mean, we went up there, we tried it, didn't work. And so you're just better off not to waste your time. But I think we'll go again this Sunday, because we can still run dogs till the end of September, till September 30th. And then in October, you can still kill a bear, just you can't run them with dogs.
But you can't do dogs.
Right. And then in certain parts of the state.
In certain parts, you can't do dogs, period.
Well, but in certain parts of the state, too, you can keep going with the bear tag.
Longer.
Or you can shoot them longer, like in the Frank, and there's several places that they go all the way through November. If you can find a bear that's out or still feeding, you know, you can kill them. But then I'm still archery elk hunting, which I'll actually go in the morning, Thursday, Friday. I was going to hunt 4 days, but I got to be back for a football game. I know, right? Taking care of the family. It's good. The kids' football game, though, not the wife's. She can, whatever.
That's good. Yeah.
Next weekend, I'll hunt Thursday, Friday, probably archery. General deer coming up in October, which I'm actually hoping to hook up with at least one of you guys if it works out, trying to fill tags and whatever. And then my schedule for the Frank, which we originally talked about a lot between our two podcasts, changed. This year, I'm not going to have to hike in. I'm going to fly.
Helicopter? Oh.
You're going to fly in, huh?
Yep.
You going to skydive?
It came down to that. I would.
That'd be badass.
If they'd let me. It came down to just me and Dennis from Initial Ascent. And he's got the hookup on a plane and stuff and was like, you know what? Let's just. He calls me. He's like, how would you feel about doing this instead of walking in? I was like, boy, walk 16 miles
I'd
or
much
just
rather
fly
hike
in
16
and get
miles.
dropped off. I
Yeah.
mean, I think I'll, No, it's
So is there like a little airstrip out there? Or you just find an opening and do like a bush plane?
No, you in a wilderness area like that, it has to be an approved airstrip. I'm pretty sure. And there's public ones, and then there's private ones.
Oh,
and
okay.
This, I do believe, is a private airstrip. So it'll be, it'll be different. It'll be fun. I've always wanted to do a fly-in hunt like that.
We actually talked about this the other day. Is it the same in Idaho, where if you fly in, you can't hunt within 24 hours of flying in?
It's like that in Alaska for sure.
So you're not accused of spotting game from the plane, and then
I think
Same
all
reason
it
you
is,
can't use drones.
Yeah.
I don't know if in Idaho that it's 24 hours. I think it's just
I think it's the next day.
It's
Same
same
day.
day.
Yeah.
And the reason they do that, the difference in here in Alaska is, the reason they say 24 hours in Alaska,
because it's never fucking dark there.
correct. And so they actually put an hour limit on it. But here, it gets dark on us no matter what. And so I think they're under the impression that as long as you get a night out of it, then
Okay.
you're good to go. And don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
you
that's
should
the way
double
it
check that before you get out there.
Yeah.
works. No, I know you can hunt in Idaho the next day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's flybys and drones and stuff like that are no-goes for that.
So
stuff.
looking out that far, that's what's on my schedule. And then any of us here locally that didn't shoot elk during archery will probably go late muzzleloader cow, just trying to fill the
Freezer.
freezer.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, though.
It is. I actually like the late season cow hunts like that because they get all bunched up, and you got to do a little more hiking in the snow usually. But cows are hard to fool. 9 times out of 10, when you're trying to kill a bull during archery season, it's not a bull that busts you; it's cows. It's his cows that are with him. I mean, they're the security blanket. They're the ones that are like fully aware.
Yeah, it's because the bulls are just trying to fuck. Like that's the only thing on their mind.
Cows are always in like trying to live mode. I mean, that's all they do. That's if anybody that knows anything about elk, when you've got lead cow situation, and that's why that whole thing exists. She's the security net for everything else. The most experienced, she knows what to watch for. And so if you ever make that lead cow nervous or whatever,
you're done.
So she's like the mistress that runs the brothel.
Kinda.
Nice.
Except for she doesn't make any money.
That sucks.
I know. And unfortunately, she's always the one out front, so most people shoot her first. And she's always the biggest bitch. Like that's always the biggest cow anywhere, and so she gets whacked every time. And you can tell too when like honestly, it's actually kind of I wouldn't say sad, but it's an interesting thing to watch because if you ever do get the opportunity to see a lead cow get killed in like a big herd in late season, everybody else runs around for a minute.
They just get confused.
Yeah, like, what do we do?
In every direction, and then they come back together, and then they spread out, and then they come back because they're waiting for that lead cow to like. And so when she goes down, until somebody else steps up to the plate and is like, "Shit went south, we got to get out of here," they kind of don't know what to do. And that whole lead cow thing, just like up here on this Texas Creek hunt, I mean that'll change the course of an entire hunt. When they first opened this cow hunt up here, the first 2 years, that's what happened to all those lead cows. They all got killed because they're all the first ones to show their faces, right? Well, when you kill all the lead cows, consequently, your migration patterns change because now coming into that next season, someone else is the lead cow, and they might not do it
somewhere else.
Yep, they might not do it the same, and so those migration patterns really spread out over that course of 2 or 3 years, right? And it changed everything about what goes on up there. And so it's kind of an interesting deal. There's so much more to it than people really would assume. But like I said, it's she just happens to be the target because she's usually always first.
And the biggest.
And she's usually always the biggest. So guys that are trying to fill the freezer, it's like
They're gonna shoot the biggest one.
yeah,
they can see.
I want that big broad.
Yep.
It's the only time that anybody I know is a fan of the Oprah thing. Sorry, was that?
Damn.
Yeah.
Going there. We're going there today.
I said it. It's okay.
Right on. So you got elk and bear.
Elk and bear and deer.
deer.
Oh my.
That's it. You're not gonna do any like chuckers or any other birds.
You
don't do like grouse, like pine hens and shit.
So back in the day I used to, and I actually cut my teeth on shooting waterfowl and birds, and I mean it's something that I'm big into. The sage grouse thing obviously got tough around here and permits and all that kind of stuff, and I just decided
They're opening some of it back up.
yeah, but for me, I mean personally, I just decided, it's like I'll give it a break for a while, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I saw some Sharpies up here the other day, which kind of
like the sharp-tailed ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
and I thought about like
I think that you still can't shoot sharp-tailed.
I don't think so.
It has to be the fan-tailed ones.
Bunch of partridges, and really what it comes down to for me is just time. If I had the time to one of these days, if I ever build things to where I want, I'll like take specific time out to like go partridge hunting and chucker hunting and things like that because I absolutely love it. But it's usually the stuff that I don't get to. I'd rather if I'm chasing things for the sport of it or for the freezer aspect of it, obviously, I mean you're going to stick to big game, and because as we all saw in the dove hunt, in the dove video, it's hard to feed a crowd on birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna do any? You gonna smack any goose this year?
Oh yeah, that's a. I was just about to bring that up. That's a given.
I've never hunted goose or ducks.
Well, you will, and it's something that I've always told everybody this, and it's always held true. Once you do it in a field and do it the right way one time on a good hunt where everything works out, it'll change the way you look at everything when you're driving down the road. You start watching fields, and you start. It's worked good for us because at one time we were like I got divorced over hunting geese. I'm not kidding, 3 days a week. I'd take time off work all the time trying to scout fields and find new places to go and whatever. And we had permission on private property just all up and down the valley. And it's all different now. Things have gotten a lot tighter, and it's a lot harder for us to get on ground. But I mean, we hunted and hunted and hunted. And it was awesome because we'd take guys and they were just addicted to it immediately. And so then it's like, you just tell them, they're like, man, we don't have the decoys and everything. It's like, well, we've got all the decoys in the world, the trailer, the whole setup between me and a couple guys. You go find the field full of birds and get us permission, and you call us, we'll show up
We'll
there.
handle everything. We'll
And so
handle
it was
the
like
rest.
a lot of times, like 2 of those 3 hunts out of the week were somebody else. Hey, I got permission
this
in this
field.
field. Show up. We'll do it. Perfect. We'd go down slam geese, and then it was just over and over and over again. And I never get tired of it. Never. There's something about a goose being flared out right in your face when you're laying in a blind that's just it's kind of a rush, and it's just kind of like, when you do it right, geese are smart, man. Birds are smart, period. But if you can fool, especially a big line of birds, 25, 30 birds at a time, to where they're coming in and trying to touch the ground, it's like, you just get that feeling. It's like, yeah, we did shit right, you know? And it's contrary to other people's belief too. It eats fantastic. There's a whole bunch of people that'll tell you that's not true.
That they're disgusting and they're like just like garbage birds basically.
Yeah, and I have yet to cook waterfowl for somebody and have them.
Well, you have to prepare it different, right? You can't just cook it like a chicken and think it's going to be right.
And think it's going to taste like chicken.
Most people overcook waterfowl. That's the biggest mistake they make. Well, a well done goose breast or duck breast, or you ruined it already. Like, it's
So you got to cook it more like beef almost.
yeah.
Okay.
A medium rare, honestly, is best. A medium is as far as I would take it. It does start to get pretty tough after that.
Okay.
But like,
I didn't know that. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I would have. I like without knowing, I would have cooked it like a chicken. But I keep hearing like, no, you're gonna ruin it if you don't cook it the right way.
it's a super dark meat.
Yeah.
And we were doing this skin on, fat on thing with the goose breast last year, where you sear them in garlic butter, like really, like just get that pan ripping hot and sear them. I believe it's fat side down first, and it makes that fat skin side turn crispy. And then when you flip it over, you put like another half a cube of butter in there in the skillet, and then finish it in the oven. Dude, and that's another one of those that my kids are like, they will come home every day. Is there any goose meat left? Is there any goose meat left? You don't hear kids, it's like, you just don't hear them request stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they do at my house because it's that good. And like anybody that I've ever had come over, and then Crystal will make there's one that we buy and one that she'll make. The one that we buy is a Pampered Chef. I want to say Huckleberry habanero.
Is it a rub or is it like a?
No, it's a sauce, and so it's just got a little bit of a bite to it. But you get that tart, you kind of get that acidic, and a little dip of that stuff with that skin on. Oh, dude, it is. I eat that shit till I get sick. It is good, dude.
Yeah,
and
really good.
if we go, we'll just do a big cook deal like we did after the dove hunt or whatever.
doves.
And
Jesus will go after all the birds are killed.
Birds, I don't give a shit about.
Oh, you don't care about birds?
Not really.
You don't like the big.
He doesn't like watching them die.
No, because I don't. It's mostly cows, I guess.
He doesn't like the violence part.
I don't like the violence part.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the rest of
eating
it.
But he'll eat them. Yeah, that's all. It's all good.
I don't. No, the cutting them up and all that stuff doesn't bother me either.
Once it's meat,
It's just the.
It's just
dying.
the part where
dying,
they're like,
yeah.
all right, and then all of a sudden they're. But after that, let's go.
Typically, if you're
It's weird.
if you're shooting decent,
I don't think it's that weird.
It's not weird. I mean, it's there. There's just
It's the whole cartoony thing that I give them like human traits,
Yeah, but that's
and I shouldn't. I know that, but still,
like
it's-
the other day when we were hunting
that's
doves,
weird.
and we would shoot one and we would go get it before it dies. I still feel bad. And it's just
Sure.
a dove. It's like a little tiny bird. It's like I
You know
still
what?
feel bad just like breaking its neck, but. Like at that point, you got to break its neck. Otherwise, it's
gonna suffer.
It's kind
I'd
of
rather
fucked
have
up.
that.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
Right.
But it's still weird. There's like that
Yeah.
moment where you have that like twinge of like, oh man, I just fucking killed this thing.
Yeah.
That's still a little weird for me sometimes.
when I had my truck and I was hauling a bunch of hay to dairies in Boise and Cuna and everything. Right, one big dairy in Cuna, and there was one Jersey cow. Our schedule would be screwed up, so we wouldn't get over there until like midnight. Right, we could unload anytime. But this is a huge dairy. It's all lit up. And there was one Jersey cow, and 10. I used to know her number, rear tag number, like 10-4-13 or something like that. And she was the only cow. Like, she would start kicking and bucking and going nuts when we pulled in. And even one of the guys that worked there, one of the milker guys, was like, dude, she doesn't, I don't know what it is, but she doesn't do this with anybody else. I mean, there's freaking like 5,000 cows at this place, right?
Yeah.
This one cow freaks out. And honestly, I did say that to my wife one night when we pulled in there, like 11:30. And I was like, oh, there she comes. And I jumped out. I was on the phone, and she comes right up, puts her head through the thing, and you're scratching her. And I did say, it is kind of sad that, like, she's
gonna be
she's
meat
gonna get
soon.
she's gonna get milked through this whole thing, and then somebody, she's gonna be a McDonald's hamburger.
Yeah.
And I mean, you do think of you do have those thoughts of that, from that perspective, and I wouldn't say that I kill anything, and like, I'm excited. It's hard to explain. We've talked about this before, and I know where you're coming from, because I'm excited on a kill, like my wife's bull, right? I was ecstatic. But I'm not excited about the death. I'm excited about the journey, what it took to get there, what's coming in the future, just like us having elk meat at that barbecue. It was one of those times where it was like, hey, pull some elk medallions out, because we're going to go with the Tops boys and have a barbecue, and everybody got to try it. And I mean, it's freaking fantastic, and it's a pleasurable experience. Those are the kind of things that you're excited about when you're celebrating that hunt, right? But I also do walk up every big game animal I shoot. I always say thanks, whether it's out loud or whatever. I'll usually walk up and give them a pet or two. Some people do the grass in the mouth type of deal. They say their last meal. Yeah. I mean, it's not something that I ever take. I don't ever walk up and be like, "You're dead, bitch."
Yeah. It's like it's not this disrespectful thing.
It's what I fucking
That's
thought.
not what it is. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, we are predators, and that's how it works.
Something happened to me.
We lost our headphone.
What happened?
I have it.
Huh?
I don't.
You lost one of your ears.
No. We can't hear each other.
Oh.
Oh, so yes, but while you're fixing that, the thing about it is, it's like that we're predators.
What happened there.
We're bears. We're wolves. We are a predatory animal.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's part of our evolution. And so it's
Gonna be that plug.
doesn't
I had
mean
it
that
one ear.
doesn't mean that you're happy about it,
There you go.
or that it's a disrespectful thing.
We're
But you
good.
got to do it.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, we lost it again.
I lost some of it.
The fuck are you guys doing over there?
This is fun.
Can you guys hear us, or you
No,
can't hear
I can't.
It's just
anything?
at a one.
Just
headphone.
mine's back and forth, and I couldn't hear myself.
It's that one cable. We need to order a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Now I got.
But you know what? We got to kind of wrap this one up anyway.
Still.
No, I still can't hear anything. There we go.
There we go. I got it back.
We're good there.
No, just to finish that out, though, I mean, like I said, there is a lot of stuff in the future that I have plans with several people, hopefully with a few of you guys, whoever wants to get out and try and do it.
I'm going to shoot some geese. I've never done
Yeah,
that.
I'd love to do that. And
Slap
then-
them. You have to slap them.
That's
I'll
the
slap
other.
'em too.
That's the other cool thing about the goose hunting, though, is
Geese
the,
are dicks. I'll slap a goose. Fucking bastards.
the camaraderie that goes on
Choked
there,
chickens before. So.
and
Yeah,
the
lot.
amount of dudes that you can hunt with. Because I'm like,
Way into dudes.
well,
I swear, I thought he was the one that said it himself.
wow, that is not where I was headed with that, but I walked right into it. No, I'm like famous around this area, and for a long time, people looked at it as a bad thing of hunting with a lot of guys at one. Like, we've limited out with 12 guys in one field, which is
That's a lot.
It's-
so many geese.
yeah.
That's
We've done
a
it.
lot.
We've done it with like 9 and 10, time after time after time.
Like decimating.
But what I'm
entire
saying
flocks.
is, for instance, Edgar or Jesus or whoever, like, that's the fun thing about shooting birds. Geese, waterfowl, is you can take a bunch of dudes, right? And it's not a...
Can you?
It's only a quiet
He
thing.
can.
It's only a quiet thing when they're close or whatever. But the rest of the time, you're just standing around bullshitting like normal, and there's a lot of stories to tell. And so it's like you build a lot of cool relationships and camaraderie when you're waterfowl hunting like that in the field, because you can include so many people. It's not like a big game deal where it's you and one other guy or you and 2 other people. And it's like, and so we can even make a plan to say, hey, this week I'm going to take, these 5 of the Tops guys that want to go, and next weekend we'll take the other 5 or whatever. And you can cycle through so many people that get to get out and enjoy it and do it. And a goose is big enough that honestly it provides some. I mean, I bag all mine up, I think 2 birds at a time or 3 birds at a time, 6 breasts in a gallon bag and freeze them. And we eat it all year. I mean,
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'd fucking love to go do
We'll
that.
have to do some geese. We'll have to shoot some geese for sure.
we'll have to do some geese. That would be your
We'll
style.
do that too.
Okay.
Whatever.
Bestiality.
Slap them too.
Slap them.
Yeah.
Strangle them.
So anyway, with that, thanks everyone for listening today. Please go to topsdailygrind.com, buy some of our swag. The shot glasses are probably my coolest, the coolest thing that we have.
coolest.
I dig those shot
And if
glasses.
you want
do
your
too.
dick
They're
jerked,
awesome.
I didn't even know you had them, honestly, until I got to that. Well, I
Those-
saw them in one of these before the show, and then when they were sitting there, it was great.
Yeah.
I didn't press it.
So yeah. So anyway, thank you.
Thanks for having
White
me on.
Ben. Always a pleasure.
Yep.
And
Anytime.
we're out.
and if you want your dick jerked,
Oh
just
shit! I lost half my.
Yep, me too.
That's okay.